everything's their fault. Because everybody around them is telling them it's their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like if you telling me I need to go vote, I don't think that's you explaining this how this happened. You're not explaining like the dude outside was saying that he got this building right here passed down from his dad or from a family member. Like East St. Louis, Tulsa, Oklahoma, this is wealth that was destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Like literally destroyed. We didn't just trick off our money on alcohol and drugs. No, like the police and white communities destroyed this shit from us. And it's like that has to be talked about. That's why gangs were created, to protect the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they just got to be brought back to its original essence. But I don't think we can get there without like love being expressed first, like reaching people where they're being fed fundamentally, like food and all these different things, and maybe providing another alternative so they don't gotta be out on the street corners. Instead of you doing, and they're organized more than us. You know what I'm saying? Like they got weaponry. They got a fucking hierarchy going on. Like they're organized. They would be a big benefit to us. I just think we gotta stop being scared, and the people who do have resources need to think more radical. That's radical as hell. If I got somebody, one dude that I can just dish out $100 or $200 out of my paycheck, I already give out to such and such anyway, that could be much more effective if I give it to this one dude who's got a lot of pull in this neighborhood, and he ain't even got to stop doing what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? He just got to hang around me or whatever and get politicized. It's going to happen naturally. These conditions are going to force all of these things to happen.
Question for you. You know, it seems like with all the national spotlight that Ferguson has gotten, you know, we've become privy to understanding the economics and the paradigms that existed before Mike Brown. Where were all the activists and what work was on the ground before that should have premeditated that situation?
Collecting money now. You had like groups like OBS who were volunteered for 35 years, you know what I'm saying, then Mike Brown happens. And all of a sudden they got a hired staff and all these things. They showed their true hands. They showed why they even exist. All these nonprofits only, if it wasn't for all these different issues that we have, they would have no need to even be here. You know what I mean? Like their revenue, their resources and their existence comes from our struggle. They're not here to stop that. They're here to heighten those and maintain those. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got all these big organizations that should have been prepared for this. They put all their resources into mobilizing and getting people thrown in jail instead of like mass, let's do some political education here. Let's explain why this is happening. You got 2,000 people in the streets, and we're all running off of emotions at this point and looking for a leader and all of these different things. So we're just believing whatever the hell's going on. And all they're preaching to us is the system is guilty as hell. Stay out in the streets. Yeah, fuck the police. Say that. Do all you gotta do. Here's some water Maalox. Here's some masks. Stay out as long as you can, because all this is gonna bring in money for us. And when it comes in, you're not gonna be privy to that information, and you're definitely not gonna be privy to these resources unless you fill out this grant. And oh, by the way, this grant doesn't. We don't have faith in this grant, and this and this and that. And it's just a fucked up game. They just played their hands once Mike Brown happened, and then you gotta think. All these organizations most of them are tied into bigger organizations like SEIU or whatever the hell they're tied into. So they've been doing this shit all across the world historically, like from Hurricane Katrina to Trayvon Martin to the Occupy movement. They exploit and pimp all of these movements, and it's just time for us to expose them because we're internalizing these oppressions on the ground level, and because we don't know who to aim it at, we killing each other. Not realizing, damn, these dudes just